Hello everyone, Tasty Waffle here. Alright, it's the big one. It's time for my review of the Avengers Age of Ultron, directed, of course, by Joss Whedon. So let's begin. Let's start with the plot. Well, I'll start by saying the plot here is not particularly strong. Most superhero films do not have very strong plots, and this is no exception. The plot is rather jumbled. The sense of pacing is very, very off. Things happen too quickly. Sometimes is given too much to some things and not enough to other things to flesh out the story. And the sense of what is actually the plot is not really working here. So I want to preface this by saying I do like this movie very much, but I will admit that its biggest weakness is the plot, and therefore the plot gets 2 out of 5. The next category, the characters. The characters here are great as always. The truth of this series is the reason why I like it, and the reason that keeps bringing me back to the MCU is the fact that I love these characters. And the characters here are great. There are some new additions, which are very, very good. Some that you wish there was a little more development of. The acting here is good. They still have that sense of wit and charisma that makes us love them so much. And you really get to see them. And we get enough character development scenes. The movie is not complete action. And I'm glad of that, because one of the reasons I like the first one so much is that they devoted a lot of time to character development. And they do a good job here. Therefore, I give the characters 5 out of 5. The third category we'll look at is the script. The script here is pretty much like most of their films. The dialogue is good. The acting is good. But I do believe that part of the problem with the film is the script in terms of how the script structured the story. And what I was saying about the plot being the weakest element here, I think the script contributes to that. I do believe that much of it is underwritten, and therefore I give the script 3 out of 5. Now we'll look at the depth. The depth you look for in a movie like this is the character depth. And the character depth here is pretty good. We get some insights, especially into Hawkeye, into Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk, and into Black Widow, and those were really, really welcome. I also found that the character of the Vision, played by Paul Bettany, who is a new addition to the team, is amazing. Unfortunately, there's not enough character development with the new characters of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, and also the creation of Ultron happens all too quickly. There isn't enough depth explored with some of these more minor characters, and we don't really get any major insights that we don't know about from the major characters. But nonetheless, it takes a lot of time to give us great character development moments, and therefore the depth gets a 4 out of 5. The next category is the music. I'm just going to simply say the music here is wonderful. It actually took me aback, because usually when I see these movies, I'm not ever really impressed by the music. This actually impressed me while I was watching it. It's not particularly memorable, but it's very impressive and adds a lot to the scenes. Therefore, the music gets a 5 out of 5. And the last but not least, the spectacle. The things that bring us to these movies again and again are twofold. 1, the characters, and 2, the spectacle. And the spectacle here is quite impressive, as always. I won't really say too much about it, other than it gives us exactly what we want to see. The visuals are consistently amazing, and the action set pieces are truly wonderful. Therefore, the spectacle gets a 5 out of 5. When you total it all up, the total score is a 24 out of 30. This is a great film. I highly recommend it. Is it as good as the first one? No, but sometimes it's better to look at these films on their individual bases. I do find that the film, I think I liked it as much as the first film when I first saw it. But as I've given it thought, I find that I don't like it as much, mostly because the plot is very, very jumbled. But this is a good film. You won't be disappointed. It's really fun. Try not to think about the comparison with the first one too much, because it's just not going to live up to that standard. But it was worth a watch, worth several watches. And therefore, that's my review of The Avengers Age of Ultron, directed by Joss Whedon. Thanks for watching. Bye.